how is the virus spread from cow to cow? And this paper came out a few days ago. The H5N1 virus was detected not only in milk, but also in air and wastewater on dairy farms. Transmission is likely through contaminated milking equipment, aerosols in milking parlors. The milk has 10 to the eighth virus particles per milliliter of milk. And in a milking parlor, the milk is aerosolized all over the place. And it's also exhaled in the breath of infected cows. It's also in the reclaimed wastewater used in irrigation of fields and cleaning. It's found in the milk rinse water in sump pump pits, irrigated fields, manure lagoons used by migratory birds and grazing cows. Infectious virus was detected in 2 wastewater sites, suggesting potential for environmental spread to humans, wildlife, and other cows. So infected cows can be asymptomatic, they found, without signs of mastitis, which we previously thought, oh, if a cow has mastitis, you might want to think about avian influenza. But we're seeing cows that don't even have mastitis are positive for it. We used to think that milk equipment was the sole driver, but that could never be replicated in a lab. So we know that it's being spread through other methods than just the milking equipment. And workers are obviously exposed via inhalation of these aerosolized milk particles of the cows breathing. Environmental contamination with infectious virus adds this risk of broader spread to wildlife and human populations. So these researchers were recommending disinfecting milk equipment between cows, obviously using these backflush systems that interrupt the transmission cycle by disinfecting equipment between the cows and minimizing the spread. PPE for farm workers, especially eye and respiratory protection in milking parlors, and isolate all infected cows, even if asymptomatic. So how are you supposed to do that when we don't have any point of care test, which is why we've got to develop some sort of test like that where producers can test cows in real time. And they also recommended treating and containing wastewater before reuse. And this is a really interesting graphic that was shared as part of the study. It says 3 of the 12 cows that were in the study were sent to slaughter during the sampling efforts. They didn't say that they were euthanized. They didn't say they were cold. They said sent to slaughter. 1 was on antibiotics for mastitis. So were these carcasses condemned at the slaughterhouse, or did they enter the food system? We don't know. And that's also a pretty high number. They have 12 cows that they were following because they tested positive, and 25% of those ended up being sent to slaughter. Why? Were they doing really poorly? I mean, it brings up a lot of questions here.